Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, I'll give this a oh my gosh. I don't like it, but I don't think I'm gonna like a lot of things in life, so I'll just keep it.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just how you improvise.
Yep.
Well,
I don't think he's playing enough artifacts for that.
Oh, I got it.
Yep.
No, I am definitely not running enough artifacts to put in improvise. Oh.
well, it's either that or I have to run some shenanigans.
Oh gosh, please don't run shenanigans. I need the artifacts in this deck.
You're
I
not
know.
in red. You're not in red.
I'm not in red. I'm not playing Jun. So you don't really have to worry about that department, let's just say.
I got a decently keepable hand. Alright, so randomizing once, twice, 3 times. Need to adjust life total still.
What is it in Oathbreaker? 25 or 20?
20.
20. Alright, I'm gonna start off
20 or nothing.
planes and go.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Forest, Elvish Mystic Pass.
Going to draw. Boop. I'm going to play an Undergrowth Stadium and pass.
Draw for turn. Basic planes for me, and cast a Legion's Landing, getting a 1/1 vampire with lifelink. And passing the turn.
Play out an island and pass the turn.
Draw. I too will play an island, but in this time it'll be going for a Gyre Sage, and I'll swing at left depth for 1 just to get it defaced.
Fair enough. Ba-doo.
That's it for me.
Doo-doo. Okay. I'm going to play a Snow-Covered Forest, and I will pass the turn.
Untap and draw a card for turn. Play another planes and cast Grand Abolisher. During my turn, opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. And go to combat and swing a 1/1 lifelinker at J-Ro.
Alright. I will. One second. Get this out. Take the 1. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Draw. I'm going to put out a forest and pass the turn.
I'll play an island. For shits and giggles, later I'll cast KIORA. I will up to KIORA, untapping this Elvish Mystic, this island, and pass the turn.
Okay, I'm going to play a Snow-Covered Swamp. Going to tap for free. Play a Shaman of the Pack.
Who's going to take 1?
You've seen him since you dealt some damage to me. Also, you only got a 20. Anyway, and then I gain the life. Or do I? I need to rename target bonus.
I don't think you gained the life.
Okay, yeah, I'm picking another card. Anyway, pass the turn.
Usually when people see a Shaman of the Pack land, like, Black Tails, take the bite.
Yeah, it's mostly a case of, uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Yeah, I still remember when
I
going
will.
against Origins Draft, and I'm like, do they have the pack?
I will cast Gideon. First Oathbreaker on the battlefield. I will uptick him and give my lifelink vampire vigilance And I'll just poke in for one at you again, J-Ro,
Okay.
just to gain a life.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely selfish.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, and pass.
Okay. Draw. Going to put out planes. And I guess I'll get in a little bit of the elves and cast Selvala, Explorer Returned.
Nice.
Of course, it would be that Savala.
Yep. And pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Island. I'll pay 2 to cast Contentious Plan. I'll proliferate and draw a card. Activate KIORA. Tap the homies. Yeah, then we're going to... Are we going to get greedy? No, we are not going to get greedy. We're just going to... This is turn 4, so that means I did play a land. I will pass with that.
Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. Okay. I'm gonna play another snow-covered forest. And then we're gonna play the best honorary elf in the deck. Well, second to best honorary elf. Toski, Bearer of Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Husky, Bearer of Secrets.
And at the board state, would anyone mind if I swing 3 of them to draw a card?
I would terribly mind.
My mind.
Okay. Okay, J-Ret. How big is Savala?
So 2/4.
Yeah, I can't attack in, so I'm just having blockers. I pass the turn.
Oh no!
Boy.
Okay. They're coming back.
Alright.
There's
You're good,
Peter.
sir.
There's Peter doing an official Teferi's protection.
Yeah, just a little phase in for everybody.
Okay, I guess not. I was gonna do something about that design stuff.
I'm gonna draw for turn, play a planes. I'm gonna uptick Gideon to 6.
Mm-hmm.
I will make my Grand Abolisher indestructible. I'm going to go to combat and swing my 4/4 Gideon, my 2/2 Grand Abolisher, and my 1/1 Lifelinker at KIORA Zynum. And then that'll trigger my Legion's Landing, which will flip into
Love
a...
it. I will double block the Abolisher.
It's got indestructible.
Double block the Abolisher. I'll just double down, taking dead.
All right. I think I'll just pass with that.
Tap, draw. Out a forest. I'm gonna put out a Chasm Skulker. Then I will tap Selvala. Each player reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, add a green and gain a life. Then each player draws a card. So I reveal Treasure Cruise.
I reveal an
wanna go
Evolution
here.
Sage.
Okay, let's go one at a time. So I reveal Treasure Cruise, Zynum.
Astral Cornucopia.
Okay.
Evolution Sage.
And then.
And a Karmic Guide for me.
Alright, so I add 4 green.
Gain
That
4.
was a good hit.
Yeah. Okay. So 4 green in my pool, which is more than I thought I was going to get. I'm going to use 3 of it on Rites of Flourishing. So now we draw. So now each turn we draw 2 cards and
Play 2 lands.
play 2 lands. Yep.
That comes in Landy.
Yep. And I will pass the turn. The Chasm Skulker gets 4 counters because it was out before. Oh no, it gets 1 counter because I drew 1 card.
Land. Astral Cornucopia on 1. Simic Ascendancy pass.
Okay,
Nice.
untap, upkeep, draw. Well, I'll play a Delegate Sanctuary and a Snow-Covered Swamp as my lands. Oh, and I draw additional card. I almost forgot that. Okay. And then... I think I'm going to begin combat, so... I think I'm going to swing 3 at Xena.
A Lux.
Oh yeah, wait, and then I have to swing with Toski, so I'll swing 1 at J-Ro.
Block.
Actually, no, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna swing all 4 of them at Mono White Border. Peter,
Okay.
essentially.
You're swinging them at me?
Yep.
Alright, I have no blocks.
Okie dokie, and no settle.
No settle.
Okay, so then I will draw 2 cards since I deal combat damage with 2 creatures. Okay.
Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry. I'm reading how this card works.
Oh,
Before damage, you're still gonna get the draw triggers.
oh
I'm going
okay.
to flash in Hix's Prison Warden before the damage, so that whenever they deal damage, they will get exiled under Hix's.
Trigger on the
Gotcha.
stack. I'm going to Path Hixus.
Okay.
And are they still exiled, or is it until it leaves the battlefield?
It's when it leaves the battlefield, so they will not get exiled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But I get a
in
land.
that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna play Ashaya Soul of the Wild.
Mhm.
Disallow.
Ooh.
Monkeys.
He countered a land.
Anyway, pass the turn.
A lot of stuff happened that turn. Jeez.
Yep. Remember,
Untap.
you're drawing 2, and you can play up to 2 lands.
I will draw and play both the lands I drew.
Mm-hmm.
What do I want to do here? I think I'm gonna plus Gideon up to 7 to give Grand Abolisher Indestructible. No, I'll give my Vampire Vigilance with Gideon's plus. I'm gonna swing 4 at J-Ro and a 1/1 lifelink at Levdev.
I'll take the 1.
I'll take 4.
Second main, I'll go for a Mentor of the Meek and pass the turn.
Okay. Now untap. Upkeep. Draw 2. Put 2 counters on Chasm. Put out an island. Going to tap Selvala. Each player reveals the top card.
I reveal Mutafall.
Dorming Bird.
Peter.
It's the basic planes for me.
Yep. And Edric. So I add 2, gain 2. Draw another card. Sorry, I drew another card, so that pumps Chasm Skulker even more. I'm going to put out. So I have 2 green floating. Use 2 green and a blue to make Edric. So now whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of my opponents, its controller may draw a card. Toski's getting real happy. Still have green floating. Green, blue. I'm going to Hydrate Crazes for 4. First time I've had.
You gotta appreciate the crisis.
First time I've had the honor of casting it, actually. I believe.
I played it a lot during Standard, so
Yep.
I remember my times with the Jellyfish Hydra.
Yep. So it comes in with 4 counters. I draw 2 cards, gain 2 life, which is similar to what Selvala had been doing. Chasm Skulker gets even bigger, and I pass the turn.
Lands. Hummingbird. Pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw 2. Okay, so untap also. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna cast my Oathbreaker. Response?
Nope.
Not from me.
Okay. Gonna play a Mutable, which then does a landfall trigger on NISSA.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to tap for 3, play Evolution Sage,
Mm-hmm.
then play Academe, the Undercrypt, untap, losing 3 life,
Mm-hmm.
which then proliferate and landfall trigger.
Mhm.
Going to -5 to return back. Oh, I need to remember this card. Does it work the way? Yep, works the way I think about it. So -5, return this since I have more than 5 lands, and it enters in with +2 counters on it. Yep. And then 1 tapping Toski down, 2 tapping this down since they're forced now, 3 for a Elvish Archdruid.
Mm-hmm. Landfall and proliferate trigger.
Yep, I will proliferate my Ashaya as well as proliferate my Nissa. And then currently Ashaya is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's a 13-13 with 3 counters on it, making it 16-16. And
Nice.
since the fiends that would attack with combat are tapped down, I will pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to make another 1/1 vampire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to mark it that I have 2 of these now. When it enters, mentor trigger, and I'll draw a card. Untap. Draw 2 cards.
Do you untap Gideon or no?
I think I will untap Gideon. Not that I have a choice.
Yeah.
I'll play my 2 lands for turn. Alright, let's start by minusing Gideon by 6 to... Oh! Ashaya is a land too, right?
Correct.
Ah, man, that gets around my whole deck. My Gideon and my Urza's Ruinous Blast.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Unintentionally countering decks. My strategy for 2021.
Ashaya makes them into forest, right?
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
you have an Armageddon, I would be very sad.
No, it's not Armageddon.
If you had an Armageddon, I'd be sad for a different reason.
It's
No.
Bothran.
Or balance.
No, I'm not destroying lands. I promise.
Yeah, who would want to destroy
I'm just trying
those awesome altars, right?
Yeah, exactly. Courtesy of Bento Box Proxies. I'll cast an Adoran Pouncer, and I'll pay 1 for Mentor to draw a card.
Mm,
I'll be happy to play with that in Historic.
And I'll also play an Anafenza, the Kindry Spirit.
okay.
Trigger Mentor, pay 1, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's gonna mill this game.
And
right? Probably me.
I will also play an Imposing Sovereign. And I'll pay 1 and draw a card.
So that'd be creatures come in tapped.
Yes. And I'm going to... What's that to the right of Selvala?
Hydroid Crazes.
Hydroid Crazes.
Hydroid Crazes,
To
right,
the left
right.
would be Edric and Chasm Skulker.
Okay. I'm just going to fragmentize the... I don't know. I don't feel like that Simic Ascendancy is scary, right? Right, Zynum? Not scary.
It's not scary.
Alright. I'm going to fragmentize the Rites of Flourishing.
Okay.
That means I don't have any more landfall triggers, or at least additional landfall triggers.
Yeah. I don't think we need to give you any extra.
That's fair.
I'll let maybe you
let-
right?
Right. Let's how many creatures do you have on tap, Lev Dev? 2?
Yeah, 2. And let me be frank, I'm not blocking with them.
Well, like the
not even
Ashai's
a 16-16.
Oh, okay. Sorry, brain fart. 3 of them, including Evolution Sage.
Oh, I think the evolution stage is off camera.
Ah, gotcha. Let me put it on camera. There we go.
I think I'm going to plus my Gideon to give one of... That's just going to be confusing. I'll plus my Gideon to give one of my vampires indestructible,
I'm gonna do
and I'm going to swing 2 1/1 lifelink vampires at you, Zynum.
I will assign 1 blocker to each.
Okay.
Then I'll use the Ascendancy to give each of them a 1/1 counter.
Okay. So I'll gain 2 life, and one of my vampires will die.
Yep.
And I'll pass turn.
Okay.
There we
Actually,
go.
I'm going to tap it a little bit differently. Let's do that instead.
Oh, sorry, Zynum. You couldn't have done that. You can't activate abilities on my turn.
Of artifacts, lands, or creatures.
Artifacts, creatures, abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments.
It says
You can't activate abilities of lands. Yeah, artifacts, creatures, or enchantments.
Wow. Okay. Then they die.
Okay, you still want to make those blocks?
Well, at this point, we're already in Jira's turn, and
I mean-
I mean, it's not that hard to go back if you need to. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you blocking just because I made you unaware of this thing.
No, I thought I was getting around it because I thought it didn't say enchantments because I thought during Abolisher's original printing, enchantments didn't have a lot of activated abilities, so I didn't think they would put that on there. But then I forgot that there's the font cycle. No, font cycle's too old. There's the seal cycle that Abolisher would have stopped.
Mhm.
So then I will be taking 2, and you'll be drawing 2 from Edric.
Yep. All right, and now I'm done for real this time
Okay.
with 7 cards in my hand.
So draw my card, pop my Skulker, tap Solvala, reveal. a
Drawn
land.
from dreams.
Vraska, Gagari Queen.
Alright, and what was it, Peter?
Restoration Angel.
Alright, so I draw a card. I gain 3. 3 green. Gonna use the 3 green to make Ruinic Armasaur. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of a creature or a land that isn't a mana ability, I can draw a card. So that includes Mentor of the Week.
I thought it was activated
And,
ability.
Mentor's a trigger, right? It's not activated ability.
Let me check. Oh yeah, because there's no colon. That's fine.
But it does include Gideon Blackblade because he makes
Yeah.
himself a creature on my turn.
Any planeswalkers,
Just-
essentially.
Yep.
No, because Runic Armasaur only specifies creatures or
Oh,
lands,
then lands.
right?
Yeah, it's
So-
creatures or lands.
Oh, brain fart.
So Gideon is This specific Gideon is the only planeswalker that'll trigger Runic Armosaur.
That or Sarkhan if they make Dragon Planeswalkers.
Right, yeah, they can do that. They can make their planeswalkers into dragons and then trigger the Armosaur for the person.
I mean, it's a mill strategy.
I want to be in that game. I want to be in the game where someone mills someone else because they had a Runic Armosaur.
Trying to figure out if I can actually take out a player right now. I think I'm pretty close. But I don't think I want to do that right now.
Oh, and the Runic Armosaur is tapped, Jiro.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't particularly matter. But yeah. Alright, so I'm going to pay 4 and put TAMIYO out. TAMIYO starts at 4 loyalty. I'm going to +1 her up to 5. I'm going to choose Hydroid Crisis and Thrumming Bird. So until my next turn, whenever either of those creatures deals combat damage, I draw a card. I'm going to swing the Hydroid Crisis. How much loyalty does Gideon have right now?
He has 8.
He has 8 loyalty. Alright, I'm going to swing the Hydroid Crisis at Gideon. And the 9/9 Chasm Skulker at Xymon.
Gideon will have 4 loyalty now.
Yep. Oh, ouch. Okay. It's not expecting me to do that, but at least I'll boost your life total. I'll try to boost your life total with the truce.
Hydroid Crisis gets the draw trigger from TAMIYO.
Yes, and Chasm Skulker will get even bigger, but that's happening during combat, so it won't actually affect the damage. And then I pass the turn.
On end step, I'll put a counter on each of the Thrumming Bird and Elvish Mystic. An island. 3, 6. KIORA.
Civic Ascendancy still out?
Yes. He chose to tick up instead and give one of his tokens indestructible.
Yep. So, how many counters does it have right now?
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on a creature you control, put that many growth counters in Civic Ascendancy. Those were the first 2 counters on it?
Yep.
He cast it last turn, and so he hadn't put any counters on anything yet.
Okay, I thought you had put one on that.
I'm going to tap this Mystic instead to cast. So this is at 4. I'll tick up KIORA, untap the Mystic, untap the island. I will... Does Ashaya have reach?
No.
Thanks for the follow, DMP Dior.
Whoop, whoop.
I'll enter combat. I'll swing the Thrumming Bird at Levdev.
I will take the 1, right? Or is it 2?
2.
I take the 2.
So on combat damage, we have a TAMIYO trigger, a Thrumming Bird draw trigger from Edric, and then a Proliferate trigger. So I will draw, and then Proliferate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ascendancy sees these 2 counters, so it will go to an all-powerful 5.
We're in for it now.
No,
You're
no. What are you talking about? Either Levdev or you kill me on your next turn, so I wouldn't worry about it.
So I can theoretically save you, because you can gain up to 4 life that way.
I don't know how many truths you're gonna have to cast in a row to keep the Ashaya from it. I'm gonna That's 4. I'm actually going to cast Contentious Plan, so I'm going to proliferate and draw a card.
Did Thrumming did it attack?
The Thrumbird attacked Lev Dev and dealt combat damage.
Okay, so I still have my TAMIYO trigger.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw from that. And of course, I'm going to regret my decision. I'll put 2 counters on that. This goes to 2.
Really, I didn't put my full art in here. Whatever.
That's the turn.
Untap, upkeep, a draw. Okay. First things first, I think I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play Bounty of Skinfar.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the top 6 cards of my library. I may put a land from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and an elf card from among them onto my hand. Then rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put a Skimfar Eldahor onto the battlefield tap. And the elf I'm going to reveal is a Boreal Outrider. Put that in my hand. Shuffle the rest. Then next we will cast 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'll do it like this. Keep one of these. Play the Boreal Outrider. 1, 2. Let's see, I currently have at the moment 1, 2, 3, 4 elves. So 1, 2. Tap this for 4 green mana, making it 6. And I'm gonna play my favorite elf in the deck. Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider.
Counterspell.
Aww.
Your Boreal thing is also tapped, Lev Dev.
Oh yeah, thanks for the catch.
No problem. It's my responsibility to remind you.
Well, played the land, so I did do this. Landfall triggers. The Boreal
And
Outrider.
then proliferate.
Yep, I did that, so proliferate trigger.
Well, you also have the Ashaya as well.
Right.
That's why
yeah,
I was
Boreal
not-
Outrider proliferate, you're right. Okay, so yeah, that is up to 8. And that's what I thought. Well, in that case, how many lands do I have? 1, 2, definitely more than 6. So we're gonna -5 again. Bring back Vorinclex with 2 counters on it, which technically will be 4 counters.
Tapped.
Correct. And then also it's a land, so the proliferate triggers are going to happen. Landfall, as well as the proliferate. And then proliferate, I'm going to proliferate this, putting 2 counters on it, thanks to Vorinclex. Oh yeah, technically an additional counter goes on this. 2 additional counters thanks to Vorinclex, and then 2 additional counters because of Vorinclex.
Lovely.
Vorinclex is a dumb card.
Mm-hmm.
And
At least nobody's poisoned.
that, at least I don't have. Then I currently have 1 untapped mana. And technically 3 things I could untap. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Play Herald, King of Skinfar tapped. Landfall trigger does occur, so then 2 more counters get onto this. That's the proliferate trigger from this. Well, actually, let's do this from stacks kind of scenario. So ETB trigger, we'll do the landfall trigger first. So landfall trigger happens, which then will also proliferate as well, but I'll do the landfall on this first, which puts 2 more counters. Then I'll do the proliferate trigger, which puts 2 counters on everything. And this is where I say, somebody please, for the love of all that is magic, have a board wipe.
Mm-hmm.
Then its ETB trigger happens. Look at the top 5 cards, reveal an elf. warrior or a Havar. Well, not Havar, I'm having a brain fart. The Elf Planeswalker.
Mhm.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna reveal a Llanowar Elves. Put that into my hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. Then I'm gonna tap down my Evolution Sage to play the Llanowar Elves tap. Same thing happens. There's a landfall trigger, which puts 2 counters on this. Then the proliferate trigger happens on everything, so it puts 2 more counters, 2 more counters, and 2 more counters.
Okay.
And, well, let's see if a board wipe happens, and I regret everything.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Hold on. End phase. I'm going to cast Truce. So each player, so basically there's 3 options. You can gain 4 life, you can gain 2 life and draw a card, or you can draw 2.
I'll draw 2.
I'll take the cards as well.
I will take the cards and put a couple counters on Skulker.
You cannot put counters on Skulker. For each instance that you draw a card, you would put a counter on Skulker. Vorinclex reduces that by a half, rounded down.
Okay.
In other words, I'm probably dead.
What do you have that's untapped?
Nothing. I
Nothing.
got too
No.
greedy.
Oh, okay.
I'll draw
I'm
my
like,
turn.
oh, all the value, and I'm like, wait, I did not make a defense. Oh no. Another lesson in not be greedy, everybody.
I'll play a land for turn. I'm just going to start by casting a Herald of Anafenza. I have a bolster trigger, but it does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Herald of Anafenza, Mentor trigger. I am going to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play Mikaeus for 0.
Mentor trigger?
So-
It would be bolster trigger. Mentor happens
I
in
have a
combat.
bolster. What?
Mentor happens in combat.
Mentor of the Meek. This
Oh,
creature
okay.
that says Mentor.
Alright.
I don't have any creatures with Mentor.
Okay. I mean, you
I'm
could
gonna
just
cast-
in white.
I'm going to cast Mikaeus. I do not have any creatures with Mentor on the battlefield.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Mikaeus for 0. It'll ETB. I'll trigger Mentor of the Meek and draw a card. Alright. I'll cast Divine Testament, which will give white creatures get +1/+1.
Okay.
And then I don't have Threshold, so if I have Threshold, white creatures get an additional +1/+1.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll cast Militia Bugler. And look at the top 4. And I will reveal this Nomad Captain. Put these on the bottom in a random order. Nomad Captain goes to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Go to combat. So I have 6. This is 4. That's 10. That's 13.
Yep.
I guess I can go. So this will be. I guess okay. Before combat, I'll plus my Gideon. Give this Adorn Pouncer Vigilance, and I'll send 4/4, a 2/2 double strike, and that's 8. This will be 2 2/2s with lifelink, so that's 12. Sure. It's J-Ro's stream. I'll let J-Ro decide what he does with you. Why not? So I'll send 12 damage at you. Live Dev.
Fair enough. I go down to 1, and, well, let's see what happens.
And I will draw 4 cards. and I will gain 4 life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go to discard. And I'm gonna have Threshold at the end of this discard.
Alright, anything else?
No, that's gonna be my turn. I have to discard 1 more card. It's going to be... I'll just discard all these planes.
Mm-hmm.
So discard 6 planes, and I have Threshold, so all white creatures get +2/+2. And I'll pass.
Regardless of ownership?
Yep, it is just white creatures.
Okay.
So your white creatures, my white creatures, everybody's white creatures.
Okay. So untap. Draw. A lot of planes. I'm gonna swing the Armasaur. First off, yeah, that's actually not helpful. So I'm gonna swing the Armasaur at Levdev, the Crazes at Peter, and the Skulker and Edric at Xylem.
Dun. I'm dead.
What's the power of Chasm Skulker?
Chasm Skulker is currently an 11/11.
I got no blockers, so boop.
I will block the Edric with Elvish Mystic.
Which is how big?
4/4.
It's 4/4. That is fine. So I believe the Crazes connects with Peter, right?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Armasaur connects with Levdev. And is the Skulker gets through? So I draw
Skulker gets through.
3.
Yep.
Each draw is technically I draw 3 from Edric. Makes me even bigger.
And you get your counters again.
What's that?
You get your counters again.
Yep. Yeah. Now comes the question of how I want to finish this.
Edric's dead.
Yeah, it doesn't particularly matter. Most things are going to be soon. Depending on how I want to do this.
I smell a board white.
Oh yeah. The question is whether
Are you against my giant army of creatures?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the question is whether I'm going to wipe the board or win the game first. So, I'm going to Sylvala.
Ethereal Usher.
Temple Belt.
I got a Marshall's Anthem.
Alright, so I gained 3, draw 3. And have 3 mana.
Wait, draw 3.
Or no, the draw 3 comes later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have 3 mana floating. I have another 8 on the board, so I have 11 total mana. Yeah, I can't quite do it this turn. Although I can make my life total high enough that I probably can't lose. But I'd rather just go with definite.
No, I like the life total high enough plan, JRL. I say go for that.
How many counters are on the Ascendancy?
8.
8? Okay.
I'm not going to be able to pull a random upkeep shenanigan BS, proliferate 1,000 times type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to 2 of this, 2 of this, and shatter this guy.
We'll draw a card.
I draw a card,
See.
which, because it's on cast,
I will also draw a card.
then destroys everything, and I wind up getting
Floating a green.
14 squid creatures with Island Walk.
In response to the death trigger, I'm going to repudiate that.
Okay, so in response to your repudiate,
Yeah.
going to Vision Skins. Each player draws 2 cards.
Mhm.
Thought I had a counter spell, but I actually don't, so that's fine. So I do not get my army. Just
Womp
wipes
womp.
the board. No. Oh, well, what I'm gonna do is worse than that. Because I still have floating mana, and so I'm going to make a Dream Trawler.
Sure.
Yep. And then come some discards. And I will. Let's see. I'm going to. It's tapped. Is that. So, what is it if that's tapped? That's a. Or is that your signature spell? Or what is it that's.
This over here?
Tapped? No, it's item.
So cornucopia.
Okay.
Okay. So I am going to tap the Astral Cornucopia. So it's at 5. I'm going to put it down to 3. Tapping the Astral Cornucopia and Gideon. They don't untap.
Okay.
And I'm going to discard. So I'm going to have to discard, but I'm going to discard cards to give him hexproof because there's no reason not to.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to discard Mind's Aglow. Fascination. Reparations. 10. And 3 lands. He has hexproof that many times. Because he needs it.
Draw. Channeler?
What was that?
Flux Channeler.
Oh, Flux Channeler, okay.
Overgrowth?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yangu. Proliferate? I will activate KIORA to untap the Wild Growth. Picked once. Everflowing Chalice.
Okay.
I'm gonna tick down Jingyingu to put a counter on Flux Channeler.
Okay.
Counter here, counter here. Do you guys remember if I played a land for turn or not? I don't think so. I think I did, actually.
I do not remember.
I'll treat it as if I did and pass the turn.
Alright. Untap everything except for Gideon. Draw for turn. Let's play an Arch of Varaska. Let's try and cast Urza's Ruinous Blast to exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary.
I have no problem with that.
No response.
Okay, so that'll exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna cast Karmic Guide. I'm going to bring back. Oh, I have the City's Blessing too. I'm going to bring back an Imposing Sovereign with the Karmic Guide.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast a Charming Prince. I'm going to choose to exile another target creature. I'm going to target my Karmic Guide. I'll move to... I'll plus Gideon up to 6 and give Imposing Sovereign indestructible.
Thanks. So
Then I'll move to my end
time
step.
for the gift sub.
I'll go to my end step. Karmic Guide will enter, and I will return. I'll return Anafenza, I suppose. And then I'll move to discard. Of which I need to discard 2 cards.
Alright, anything else?
Nope. I'm just going to discard Majida and Marshall's Anthem.
Okay. So, Forest. Cast Approach of the Second Sun.
Mm-hmm.
So I gain 7 life, and then it goes 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes 7 on the top. 7 life is up to 35. Then I'm going to Treasure Cruise. Delving away 7 cards in order to draw 3. I'm going to uptick Tamiyo to 4, selecting Karmic Guide and so Karmic Guide and the Imposing guy.
Frozen Sovereign.
Yeah, okay.
Sovereign.
These 2.
Yep. So if either of them hit somebody, I'm drawing cards.
Sounds good.
Then I will pass the turn discarding Temple Bell with a blue still open. Adam, are you saying something?
Myself, 3 mana.
There you go.
I'll uptick KIORA to untap the island. So with blue, green, I am going to transmute Ethereal Husher. Season's passed.
Nice.
I will then cast. Then I will cast Seasons Past, establishing targets as Husher, Repudiate, Elvish Mystic, Disallow, Gyre Sage. These go to
Sounds
my
good.
hand. Seasons Past goes to the bottom of my library.
Okay, there we go. I was wondering how you were casting.
10 cards in hand. Moving to discard Prosin Restorer, Terramorphic Expanse, drawn from Dreams. Pass the turn.
Alright, untap. I have an Echo cost to pay with Karmic Guide. I'm going to respond to that trigger. And I'm going to cast Restoration Angel.
Yes.
When it ETBs, I'm going to bolster 1. And I'm going to target the Karmic Guide.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll enter, it'll come in as a new version of itself. I will get a creature.
What's your target?
I'm gonna target Grand Abolisher with the Karmic Guide trigger.
I'll repudiate the trigger.
Okay. So I won't get a creature back. I will bolster when the Karmic Guide enters.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I will choose my Anafenza for that bolster. I will draw for turn. I will cast Thalia, Heretic Cathar. I'll have a bolster trigger. I will choose Charming Prince, and I'll cast Angelic Field Marshal. Get another bolster trigger, which will have to target one of these 2 creatures. I will target, or I guess I won't target anything, but I'm going to put a counter on the Thalia.
Mm-hmm.
How many cards away is the approach? You've drawn 3,
The
so
approach is currently 3 cards away.
it's 4 more cards?
technically 4, yes.
Yeah, okay. So I have, and then I have 7, 10 damage.
14 damage?
Right. Gideon's a card that exists, which I am going to plus Gideon to give the Charming Prince lifelink, I suppose. I will swing. How much mana do you have, J-Ro? Is that 1, 2,
Just the
3,
blue.
4, 5,
Total
6?
mana is
Yeah, I'm just-
9.
I'm assuming that you're going to draw Approach next turn. So I'm trying to figure out how likely it is that you'll draw it and cast it.
I think he has it with
3,
Dig.
6, 9.
I have 9.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Zynum.
Well, he already played Treasure Cruise, so I figured he'd probably run the other efficient way of drawing cards with a bunch of things in his graveyard.
I think I'm going to go... So I got 4. Does the Imposing Sovereign have to attack
No.
from Tamiyo's ability? Okay. Then I will go... What is... So this is 3. I'm going to swing... I'm going to swing 7 damage at J-Ro. I'm going to send 3 damage over to Zynum.
Do you control your commander?
Yeah, he's right here.
Right, then your creatures are untapped because the Field Marshal gives them vigilance.
Oh. Bonus.
Yep.
Bonus to dealing damage abilities. So 7 at J-Ro, 3 at Zynum.
I'm going
Yeah.
to unsummon Gideon,
Okay.
which is an interesting thing to have to say. So I take how much? 3?
You'll take 3,
Okay.
and I'll gain 3.
Yep.
And I will pass.
Alright. Untap. Let's see. Draw. Draw out of planes. Going to. You have Arch of Araska?
Yes, but
Yeah,
it's
not
tapped.
that-
I have
it's
an
not
Arch,
that
yep.
permanent anyways. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, there's no non-land permanents I really care about right now. But you don't have anything colorless right now, right?
I do not have anything colorless.
Okay. I'm going to wash out, returning all white permanents to their owner's hands.
Yep.
Then I'm going to just pass the turn.
Let's untap some things.
Mhm.
And draw a card.
Yep,
Cast Stand Offensive.
that's fine.
Cast. And. Cast. Karmic Guide?
That's fine.
Bolster. Oh, what am I going to target? Who knows? I guess it makes sense to target the Grand Abolisher again, so that's what I'll target.
Alright, I'm going to Sphinx's Revelation for 3.
Yes.
Draw 3, including the approach. Gain 3.
Mm-hmm. Now, what can I do about this approach?
Considering I have a full hand, probably not much.
I mean, full hand, tapped out. There might be something.
Well,
Double
haste
strike is a mechanic.
Haste.
Well, yeah, I mean, I might have, like, Nevermore, which I can just name Second Son, right?
And I might have Oblation to get rid of it.
There's
Right,
also
right.
Gideon's intervention. I think he has enough mana to
General,
do both.
I'm trying to think about my possible outs so that I can make a decision on what I should do for my turn. And I can't assume that you're going to have an answer to it. Like, I need to just try and play an out. If I just assume you have an answer, I should scoop now.
Okay.
I'm running out of mana, though. I guess I'll cast a Charming Prince, which will bolster. And I'll scry 2. And I'll put them both on the bottom. Well, I'm gonna cast Piano Nomad Captain because I like the card.
Nice.
But I'm gonna lose. I don't have an out to the second Sunrise,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yep. And there was no out in my deck.
Ah. I do have the Oblation in hand. Just in case
Right, I
that's
just-
things you said.
Right. I just couldn't assume, right? Like, if I assume, then there's no point in playing the game. So
Oh, absolutely.
I don't.
Good game,
yeah, there's
everybody.
no-
Good game.
yeah, good game, Liv Dev.